Paul's Kitchen. This is Chef Poul. With me today is Chef Alex.
Hi, everyone.
I love to tell you that Amy's being lazy, he just doesn't want to come out of the bedroom, but she worked a graveyard shift, so she's pretty tired. So she's sleeping. So today we're not making anything actually. We're actually going to do a quick video on 10 foods or so that you should never reheat. And someone's going to sit and say, well, Paul, what's the problem with a microwave? I'm going to tell you. I'm not saying that the microwaves are definitely bad or there's no use for them. There definitely is a use. But to tell you a funny story, my father's mother, my grandmother, she was given a microwave back when they were like $1,500 when they first came out. You know what she used her microwave for, Alex?
Everything?
She stored pictures with them.
Really?
Used it to store pictures. She never had it plugged in. When Mom and Dad came over, she plugged it in. But until then, it was unplugged and she used it for pictures. And here's my mentality of the subject. Years ago, they said eggs were definitely bad. Now we know they're actually an excellent source of protein. Years ago, they used to say cigarettes were really healthy and you had to smoke them or you were going to live a bad life. We all know how that turned out.
Yeah.
Microwaves use a source of radiation, and I kind of have an issue with that. I don't use the microwave at all. I don't remember the last time I've used it. I think Amy might use it every now and again to make popcorn. I don't know. She doesn't use it a whole lot. I'm not saying that you should never use it or you're going to get cancer or anything like that. They're not as dangerous as what I might be joking about. However, there's some things that you really need to be a little cautious of. And by all means, I didn't know a lot of this until recently, but there are definitely some foods that, you know what, you're better off eating in one run or just never storing it. Like, here's a good one. Alex, what if I told you that you should never reheat rice?
Why shouldn't you reheat rice?
Well, it can give you food poison.
Oh.
It's one of those things that you really got to be careful of. So my suggestion is, if you're gonna do rice, make it the day that you're going to use it, and only make what you're going to use. Throw the rest out. You have leftovers you want to eat the day after. Make more rice. I'm not saying it's going to give you food poison if you do it. I'm saying it could give you food poison. Studies have shown that it's just not a safe thing to do. If you don't believe me, look it up. It's on the net. You can. I don't know that I trust Facebook, but Google it, and it'll give you some good information on it. Is it not that it's going to kill you? No, but it can make you sick. Number 2, spinach. Never reheat spinach. Now, personally, I love spinach. I don't like cooking with spinach. So what I mean is I like making sandwiches or a sub or something, or I'm going to make my lobster sandwich and I don't want lettuce. I'll actually prefer spinach. I don't cook it. I just leave it raw on the bottom the same way you would lettuce. But the reason that spinach is not a good thing to reheat, if you are that person who does, there is some carcinogens in it. So meaning it can lead to cancer. And it can also lead to infertility issues. Again, anything that I'm reading here, I'm not telling you that it's going to give you cancer, it's going to cause you infertility, it's going to give you food poison or whatever it's going to be. But it can. And I'm kind of that person that wants to play it safe a little bit. So, you know what? Just skip it. Spinach is great. You go to Subway, you go to a sub restaurant, and you have a choice between lettuce or spinach. Take the spinach. They don't cook it. It's perfectly fine. Here's another one Alex and I don't really have to worry about so much. However, if you do, then I'm a little scared. This is more for the ladies, and that's reheating breast milk. It's when you cook something in the microwave, it hits right in the center of it. So often the edges of what you're heating are kind of not that hot. The center will be steaming hot, the outer edges won't be. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a false sense of hope there. So it can burn your baby. Um, and it's it says it has issues with that. What I've read is you can take a pot of water, boil it, and then put like your baby bottle, preferably something with heat proof, because I don't know much about baby bottles, but they say submerge it in that, and that should heat it up better. Uh, a pregnant woman or a woman who's been pregnant can probably understand this better than I can. I'm not gonna pretend I understand pregnancy. I'm ignorant. I'm a redneck. Eat my thing. Not a woman. I don't understand it. So number 4, eggs. Never reheat eggs. Now this one should be a no-brainer because I don't know about you, but I cook my eggs. I eat them.
Me too.
If I'm not that hungry at the moment, like I say, I have boiled eggs. I bring them to work with me. I don't put them in the microwave just to make them hot again. I don't know why you would, but there's always somebody out there that's going to have a different opinion, and that's fine. But there are some issues with reheating eggs. It can cause food poison, and it's an excellent way to get salmonella. Now, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a food scientist. I can't explain to you why, but it's just one of those things you got to be really careful. And any of these foods, if you're making a meal and you're reheating it, it has anything that we're talking about here today, try to take it all out before you reheat it. And then once everything's reheated, you want to put it back in, that's fine. But just don't heat it that way. But number 5, mushrooms. Now, this is a little bit of a thing here, and this isn't just for mushrooms, this is for anything. But when you reheat food, and especially mushrooms, it reduces the nutrients that were in there before. So it's nothing wrong with just eating them a little cold on the second time. Heating everything else up, that's not on the list, that's safe to do. But to put the mushrooms back in, there should still have all your nutrients. But you greatly reduce them, and it's not as good for you. When you also reheat them up, it releases more toxins. Because, I mean, you think about it, mushrooms are an excellent source of, a very excellent source of bacteria and other things and spores. So you do get toxins from there. So number 6, and this is the famous one, and that's potatoes. To never reheat potatoes. And here's the problem here. You go to a restaurant, and let's say you get a burger and fries. You get a decent burger. Someplace you might even get a great sized burger, but they always give you a crap ton of fries. You're overloaded fries, and you'd be stupid to eat all the fries before the burger, because then you're probably never going to want to finish the burger.
Yeah, I can never finish the fries.
Yeah, because they give you too much.
Yeah.
It's a waste, really. But it's an excellent way to give yourself food poison. Unfortunately, recooking it doesn't kill all the bacteria that's in there, because it forms when it's in the fridge or what have you. It gives you toxic fumes. And let's just face it. I mean, Alex, does nuked up potatoes ever taste good?
Not really, no.
No.
They taste kind of soggy.
So you know what? When you grab your doggy bag from the restaurant, take what you can, but leave the fries. Not
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
Anything to do with seafood, it can have bacteria, and reheating it doesn't kill it. And I don't know about you guys, if you don't realize, a lot of seafood goes rubbery when you microwave it, and I'll tell you a little story. My aunt's ex-boyfriend, I do miss you, Donnie. He's up in heaven right now. I do have other things I'd say, but I'll be nice today. He gave me a huge bag of scallops, like a huge bag, and he gave me specific directions not to allow my mother to touch it. Why? Because my mom tends to be the microwave cook. She's a little better today, but back then it was all about the microwave. And my mom, you can't tell anything to, because she doesn't want to listen to anybody if she doesn't already agree with you. So she didn't listen, and she microwaved a whole thing of scallops, wasted about $300 worth of food product. And yeah, Mom, you deserve this because you wasted a lot of money out of ignorance. So yeah, you're getting this. Love you, Mom. She microwaved them, and I'm not kidding you. it bounced off the walls, just like a thing there. I made the mess and I made her clean it up. They were mine, not hers. She wasted them. Uh, but you may talk about this today, but believe me, back then we didn't. But honestly, don't microwave your seafood. It's just disgusting as it is. Uh, I might be all right if you want to reheat it on the stove, but you got to make sure that you're cooking it really, really hot rather than just mild. You have to do that. And here's another thing too. Next one, chicken or processed meat. Processed meat is usually garbage anyways. If you're going to use it for a meal or anything, sandwiches are alright. You don't have to heat those up. But anytime you take chicken or processed meat and then you put it in the microwave, it becomes pretty chewy. So you're losing a lot of quality. It's not as good, but it can have toxins. The chicken one, that surprises me a little bit because I mean, I reheat chicken all the time. Like if you watch any of my videos, you sit and see a huge thing there where I could have probably the whole floor of my building come in for a whole meal and still have leftovers. But that's something you really have to worry about. Now there's some foods like celery. You never want to reheat those.
Toxins?
Actually cancerous.
Oh.
Celery for me, I don't really cook it down that much if I ever do. I do a little bit, but I don't a lot. But it can cause cancer and it is a little bit dangerous that way. So something to keep in mind. Now with this, I'm not telling you that you're going to get cancer, but I'm just telling you to watch out because you could. The last one on the list is beets. I don't know too many people that really enjoy eating beets. I kind of do in a way.
I like beets.
My vegan hamburger is tackling me with beets. So I'm going to have to reanalyze how I do this because reheat beets can lead to carcinogenics, meaning it causes cancer. Not guaranteed to give you cancer, but studies have said that it can. So you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things you got to be a little careful of. That's my list. Some of this is going to be a little bit of a shocker, and by all means, if you're going to sit and say, hey, Poul, I don't agree with you, or hey, Poul, I think you're full of it, I really wish I was. But if you question it, please go online, go to Google, and do your own research. I'm not saying stop eating these foods. I'm going to tell you flat out, don't stop eating them. All of these are really, really great. Unless we're talking about breast milk, well, we can leave that for the babies. But in all due seriousness, these are really good stuff to have. But I'm just saying that we have to start thinking about how we're cooking it, how we're making it, and how we reheat it. Keep that in mind, and the microwave, Chef Mike, is not always your best friend. Certainly doesn't give any free overtime, I'll tell you that. So hit that like, share, subscribe button. We appreciate you coming over. From Chef Alex, from Chef Amy who's sleeping right now, and me, you have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.